What's up? What's up? What's up? It's 9 o'clock Monday night, May 17th, TMF podcast. Welcome. If you joined the show, appreciate you stopping by to say hey, join the chat, conversation. Let me know what you think, some topics to talk about. If you're new to the podcast, there are a few ways you can participate. You can join the chat, or you can join via Zoom. You can come right on here and we can chat about some stuff, man. All kinds of topics. Talk about MMA, talk about current events, life, kids, family, entrepreneurship, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to kick this one off by just saying it's Monday and I hate Mondays. If you've ever caught the show before, you know I hate Mondays. I'm just not a Monday person. They used to not bother me, but when I worked 7 days a week, it didn't bother me that Monday came around. I never lost momentum. Like when I have 2 days off or a day off, I just lose momentum, and so it catches up to me, man. It really does. And I hate Mondays, so I usually try to take the day to pick a task that I haven't done in a while and kind of just tackle that task, you know what I mean? I'm gonna grab this link share real quick here, and what's going on? Who's over here? An iPhone 6 entered the waiting room. We will admit this person here. See who is this waiting in the waiting room here via Zoom. Not so sure, but also can't hear you yet. I gotta hook up my phones, buddy. Gotta hook up my phones to audio if you're over there. But so I just dislike Mondays. I try to just, start the week off okay. Usually it's just a bunch of people who thought about stuff like all weekend long and just decided that Monday was the day they wanted to unload on, That happens a good bit. So here we are, man. Wrapping up a Monday. Stock market was kind of crazy. AMC went up a good bit. Other stuff went up and down. Nothing too crazy. Bitcoin tanked hard over the weekend. It was also UFC 262, which we watched. We wanted to do a fight companion, but I just really wanted to enjoy the show as well. So we just kind of popped in and out and talked about it a little bit. I'm sure it wasn't too exciting. I'm going to cut up the segments that we talked about, the different fights. But overall, the fight night was good. It was a good card. There were some wild fights, man. Watching Jacare Souza get his arm broken in an armbar was crazy. Man, look, sometimes you just get stuck. He's a tough son of a bitch, though. Tough son of a bitch to lose with a broken arm. And, we had that delayed knockout, which was wild as shit to see. Dude got hit in the freaking head and just took like 4 seconds before he just passed out. It was wild. Standing knockout. That was cool. Got to see the boogeyman, Tony Ferguson, El Kukui. I'm not disappointed in Tony Ferguson. I'm not disappointed. He went out there. Look, man, someone's got to lose. It wasn't the most exciting fight to watch, but Tony Ferguson once again proved he is probably the toughest son of a bitch to enter that octagon, man. Getting an ankle hook, man. Ankle hook was ridiculous. I hear somebody over there. I don't know who that is. This is very interesting. Manicam. That was really strange. Okay. I don't really know. I don't know what that is, but all right. We'll just won't worry about this. Come back to that. So yeah. Tony Ferguson. One crazy son of a bitch. And he's tough as nails, man. Got stuck in an ankle lock, and dude, Benil said he heard the pop, and Tony grimaced, and then he just kept on fighting, man. This is insane that he's gotten stuck in two really nasty submissions and didn't tap last two fights. I don't think Ferguson's done. there was a lot of talk about, hey, even I said it. If he doesn't win, maybe that'll be it for Ferguson. But I don't think after that performance, I don't think that's it for Tony. I think he'll be back. The lightweight division is going to be pretty exciting to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. What comes of it? We're only about 4 weeks away from the next big card. Nate Diaz fighting on it. It's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time. So it was a fun weekend. I did see here 2 things that were in the fight world. One was that Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul was originally supposed to be in Dubai. According to Floyd Mayweather, they were supposed to fight in Dubai. They got approached by an entity that said they could put the fight on. They had contacts and resources to make the fight happen in Dubai. Guaranteed $100 million to fight in Dubai. And then this never came to fruition. And now they're suing said promotion for $120 million for breach of contract. How crazy is that? How much would that suck that you were like planned on making all this money with Floyd Mayweather, but then you just couldn't make the deal happen? He sues you for $120 million. You know, honestly, I don't think Floyd would sue him if it wasn't a decent chance of winning the breach of contract. So whoever it is, man, they're in for a big surprise. I also saw today that Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight might actually be in jeopardy because Deontay Wilder has won a preliminary court hearing, an arbitration that says that he gets to fight him. And whether or not he gets to fight him first, I don't know, but he has until it must happen by September 15th. The Fury Joshua showdown was set for August 14th. So we'll see what happens with Tyson Fury. I'm not a huge boxing guy. I don't watch boxing that often, but I do like watching, Tyson Fury, man. That's a big dude. And Deontay Wilder's a big dude. It's just like you're just watching heavyweights is exciting, man. I do like to watch those fights. But outside of that, I don't watch too many of the boxing stuff, the Canelo stuff, and all these little guys. I don't watch them. I just don't get into them. But that is interesting that you could, he's coming at it. Other thing that's happening is UFOs, man. Why are there so many UFO videos coming out? Every other week, UFO. Look, leaked Navy video appears to show UFO off California, recorded in 2019. It's like every other day, there's just another freaking UFO video, and we don't care anymore. We just don't care. Show us an alien. Show us something other than like a blurry dot. We might get excited, but something's out there, man. Something is 100% out there. It's a matter of what it is and when we're going to see it. What else was happening? I'm going to talk about this one here. I talked a little bit about it on the Free as Fuck podcast with Marshall. I'm going to revisit that in a second. But the other thing is the governor race in California, right? So you've got Gavin Newsom getting recalled, and the only person, this is what's frustrating to me. This is frustrating to me, and this is why I have to talk about it, and I have to say something about it because it's annoying. There's multiple candidates to oust Newsom in California. The only one that you probably know about is Caitlyn Jenner. And the only reason you know that Caitlyn Jenner is going to run for governor is because it's Caitlyn Jenner. That's it. And look, she came out and said stuff about, transgenders shouldn't be playing the opposing sports teams and stuff, which is true. Oh, they're going to get mad about it. Exactly. It's just a role model. All this bullshit. Look, it's better candidates than Caitlyn effing Jenner. I put a video out before, man. I support Kevin Paffrath for governor of California. I'm not a Democrat at all, like not even remotely close to a Democrat. And I know that Kevin is running as a Democrat, but you still, man, look, he's gonna do good. He wants to be there. I just got stuck in clickbait today by Kevin. Kevin got me. Kevin, if you're out there and you watch this, you son of a bitch, you got me. Because he said he finally was leaving California. And I thought, man, he's been talking about running for governor. Maybe Maybe he ran into. I thought maybe he ran into a brick wall, trying to run for governor and just couldn't do it. So he was leaving, but no, it was just clickbait. He's staying there, still running. He needs donations, he needs support, needs people. Honestly, you know what he needs? I don't even think it's money. I don't think Kevin needs money to win. I think Kevin needs creativity to win. And when I say creativity, I don't mean like some off the wall kind of crazy campaign. I'm saying like you've got people on social media apps that get millions of views every freaking day, just loaded up with views, and they create content that is so interesting. I'll find myself scrolling through TikTok for an hour, and I'll just be blown away by just like the dedication people put into making these 1 minute videos. Some of it, I'm just like, dude, the effort, maximum effort to record these things. That's what I'm talking about. You need some creativity behind you to show a non-political political race. Caitlyn Jenner puts out a hit piece on Newsom, and it's like everything we've ever seen. You know, the inspirational quotes and the bullshit B-roll footage and the crappy music. It's everything that a political campaign is. We need something that's more 2021. And I get it. Dude, Jenner's like 70 something years old, 71, I don't know. She's fucking old. So I get it. I'm saying out there, Kevin, you need to be creative. You need to grassroots these son of a bitches. You need to sneak in the tech door, you know? Get out there and talk to people who want to help you make content. Easy content to make, too. Easy for them, anyway. So, we got all that happening. If you're in California, vote Kevin Paffrath. If you're not in California, just talk about it. You know, if you're with your friends and someone brings it up, or you have your own little show or whatever, still Kevin a bone, man. He needs it. He needs all the help he can get, for sure. What is this nonsense? 17 hours ago. Let me pull this shit up. I swear to God, sometimes clickbaits get the best of them. Con the Warpath. That is the headline. Floyd Mayweather to put all belts on the line to take on Conor McGregor in blockbuster rematch. What is this? What does this even mean? First of all, you can't put your belt on the line if you're not like someone else has that belt. It's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. It's an exhibition. I guess he was supposed to beat him until Conor lost to Dustin Poirier. Then he was supposed to fight Mayweather. Dude, Floyd Mayweather just wants to make a bazillion damn dollars. You know, that's what's really going on. Floyd Mayweather just wants a bazillion dollars. And only Floyd could blow through that kind of money. Like that fast. What's up, Luke? Good to see you, buddy. Good morning out there. Good morning, sir. I know it's bright and early. Like it's already in Tuesday, but Luke lives in the future. It's from future times. There's a good comedy bit a guy does. I'd have to look up his name. He's on Netflix. Begins with a B. That's all I got for you. Dad joke kind of comic. But he's got a bit on there, and this woman on TikTok does like her own voiceovers to it, talking about if he was to go back to like the 1920s, like he couldn't even explain to people that he was from the future. And it was funny. It's a hilarious bit. His name's maybe it's like Nick Benghazi or something like that. Definitely gives the B. I want to say his name's Nick. It sounds right. I could Google it, but I don't feel like it. But it's a funny joke because he's like, "Hey, you're gonna have someone holding a phone up." And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a phone in your pocket." I'm like, how do they do it? He's like, "I don't know. I have no idea. This goes to a satellite. What's a satellite? It's this fucking piece of metal. It goes way up. I honestly don't know. He's like, they'd end up thinking I was from the past. I'd have to get a remedial job. I'd be doing worse than I am now. In the 1920s. Pretty funny. It's a funny bit. It's actually a pretty. The whole Netflix special was actually pretty good. But you can find it on there. I'm sure you put on a comedy special to show up. Nick something or other. Nick, I want to. It's not Benghazi, but it's something like that. It begins with a B. Oh, what else did I have on my list here of things that I was going to talk about? This guy. Yeah, we have progressed so far. You know what's funny, Luke, is that we progressed so far, and yet none of us know shit about any of it. Somehow, right now, it is 9:26 p.m. I am that's outside Atlanta, Georgia. I'm speaking into this black thing with a wire in it, and you're on the other side of the fucking earth hearing it and seeing it. And if I was to go back to 1920, bro, I couldn't tell you how the fuck that happened. I'd be like, no, he's watching it right now. And they're like, how the fuck is that? I don't know. It goes up to space, comes down. There's a fucking thing up there. There's a thing down here. I don't fucking know. We couldn't explain it. We could not explain it. It's very true. Even Louis C.K. had a funny bit about that. Louis C.K. had a bit that was about technology, how people are real impatient with new technology. Right? A new thing comes out and we act like we are supposed to have already had it this whole time, and we're mad that it stopped working for 5 seconds. And he's like, it's going to fucking space. Give it a second. You know? Like we get a new phone, this new S21. And, you know, now it won't open up right now. He's like, it's fucking, just give it a second. We're so impatient as people. But we have no idea how stuff works, man. Look, how many people's car break down? They're like, I can't fix that. Dude, I drive a Tesla. If that shit stops working, it just don't work no more. I can't fix that. And I'm pretty technical. There's no fucking way I can fix that. A lot of new cars, man, like, they used to laugh because people were like, back when I had a Trans Am and stuff, or even back when I had an old minivan, like, you just work on it. You pop the hood, you know what everything looks like. You got motor, heads, carb or fuel injection, water pump. You know, you got everything on there, exhaust, everything's right there. Alternator, something stops working, you just fucking go fix it. You're like, it's fucking awesome. You go to the parts store, you get one. You transmission, you can take apart a transmission. You take out the car and you can fix it. And now, what you got, like 18 gears in that motherfucker? You know, you open the hood and it's just like, you don't even see a motor anymore. Like we made it the only thing you should ever fucking touch. Put wiper fluid in there. You might see the oil cap in that motherfucker. You're gonna see the positive side of the battery only. You don't even see the negative side. You gotta hunt for the negative terminal, because they know people are dumb. If we give you both the positive and the negative in view, and you go to jump off your car, you're gonna hook it up backwards because you're fucking stupid. So they give you just the positive one. They make it red as shit. You can't miss it. And people still fuck it up. So, but it's wild, man. Wild time to be alive. But I talked about this with Marshall a little bit, and I'm going to talk about it without Marshall. I'm just going to go over because I've watched a few more takes on the situation, and that's Tony Hinchcliffe. I want to talk about Tony Hinchcliffe because the article that I pull up here, 80K, that's what's up. I mean, I paid, I have a 2017 Model X. It is, it's a 75D, so it's not a P90 or P100. But it's nice, you know, it's got a enhanced autopilot and, you know, I have a tow package on it. And it was 59K. And it had about 48,000 miles on it when I bought it. Dude, Model 3 is 80 grand. Shit. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. How is it in comparison to other cars? Like, are other cars also that crazy expensive? Much more? Because it could just be relative. Thanks, government. That's fair. It's worth it though, man. Tesla's definitely worth it. People ask me all the time. They're like, is it worth having one of those? Is it nice? Is it really that nice? I'm like, dude, once you drive it, I had a guy at the lake. I pull a 21-foot tri-hole deck boat with it. Yeah, seafair. I mean, you call it a high-end car. It's a high-end car. It might be a Model 3, but it's still nice as shit. But I pull this boat and trailer is probably 4,800 pounds, 5,000 pounds. And this guy was watching me put the boat in. I think it was on Saturday. The boat ramp. He's like, "Hey, you done that before?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do all the time." He's like, "Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you were gonna be able to get out of there." I'm like, "Dude, the car weighs like 6,000 pounds, all-wheel drive. It's like 700 pounds of torque. Like, I could pull this boat and your truck and your boat out of this damn lake." So funny. They're like, "Oh," and I heard somebody saying they're just backing it up. They're like, "Oh, his battery's gonna get wet." I'm like, "Bitch, what are you talking about? The battery's not just hanging out the bottom of the car. Come on now. Come on, folks. What are we doing?" Yeah, dude. I'll tell you this much. The Model X, it really is probably any Tesla. But the X is the one that most people are going to tow stuff with. Dude, it don't give a fuck what you hook up to it. It don't give a flying fuck at all. Dude, you could hook a damn house up to that thing. Now, I promise you this, you can't drive as far when you're towing it, but you don't know what's back there. Dude, I can do 0 to 60 almost the same speed pulling that damn 4,000 pound boat as I can without the boat. It just, your fucking battery gauge go down pretty quick. I learned that the hard way. Get about, you want to pull that thing around and act like it's not back there. You can probably get about 60 miles of range in that motherfucker. So, but it's fast. It goes. It stops quick. It starts quick. It's quick. But yeah, it's a beast, which is why I bought it. I bought it for a few reasons. One of them being I didn't want a huge car. I want a lot more space in the car. I know this is way off topic, but that's cool. I like Teslas. And it has a lot of space in it. The front trunk, the back, the storage under the back, the seats fold down. It's roomy as shit. I got 2 kids and a dog, and we had the girlfriend. We could just all fit in there comfortably and still bring stuff with us. It could tow fucking anything. They didn't give a shit. It had 22s on it when I bought it, and I had them change into the 20s to get a better tow rating. And I don't really care about how it looked. But once you drive it, man, every other car's dumb as shit. I mean, I just love driving it. Just get in it, hit the fucking paddle, and let's go. I love it. It's just flawless. That's great. Yeah, I get it, man. You get you one eventually. You YOLO a few more plays out there. You YOLO. Hey, look, apparently AMC is going to buy you one. AMC is going to go like $7 billion a share, apparently. Damn, no kidding. That's crazy. 50% of adults took $20K out of retirement. Huh. That's wild. The penalty here is high as shit to pull money out of retirement. It's high. You'll pay a big old fee. Everyone, isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that you got to pay to get your own damn money out of your own damn retirement account? Tax free. That makes sense. Once in a lifetime deal right there. Look at that. Speaking of masks and COVID, mask mandate. These retailers now let you shop without a mask. But I shop everywhere without a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. It's simple. They asked Dana White about the UFC event in Austin, if it was any different from the one in Jacksonville, his thoughts, whatever, and that's what he said. He said, look, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. And if you see someone wearing a mask, don't say shit to them. And if you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. And if you see someone not wearing a mask, don't say shit to them. We'll be okay. We'll be all right. What we got here? Sacha Baron Cohen said he's canceling himself. What's that even mean? I don't know. Stupid. Dumb. But anyway, what do you got there? Dude, the thing with the mask, people constantly touch and adjust. Yeah, no. Look, mask is security theater. We know this. It just is. It's security theater. The entire, it's amazing to realize that it's 2021. We're surrounded by the most technologically advanced time humans have ever been around, to our knowledge. And the solution we came up with was a fucking paper mask on your face, plexiglass in front of the person at the counter, and fucking arrows on the floor. What we came up with was you can walk one direction down the damn grocery store aisle at a time. We put a piece of plastic in front, just only directly in front of the motherfucker. And what do people do? They do this shit. Oh, because you can't hear them. We just negate the plastic. There's fucking holes in it. Man, what are we doing? There's another one. It's funny. It's just so funny because we're not alone. Everyone sees it happening. And a lot of people call them out on it. Like, I'd like to dedicate this to plexiglass for saving me from all the germs that the cashier, putting the germs from the cashier while I was checking out, while he touched all the shit I'm taking home with me. Right? We did that. And then there's no plexiglass in front of the fucking dude bagging the shit. So what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? One way. Walk down the aisle one way. Look, Grandma, you're moving too slow. We're moving too slow. You ever go down the aisle and you just see somebody there and you're like, not today. I ain't got time for this shit. I do not have time. I used to have a bit about it. I used to have a bit about that. When you walk down the grocery, you just need one thing down that aisle. And there you go. You got someone in a fucking little scooter cart taking a sweet out, blocking the whole fucking. You walk all the way around that bitch. You walk all the way around the other aisle to the backside because you know they ain't moving. Like, I can't remember what the whole bit was, but I had a funny bit about it a couple of years ago. Yeah. But it is very controlling. It is extremely controlling, and it's almost just like a test. It feels like a test. How far can we go? What will they really let us do? You know? And right now, so my mom called me today and she was asking me about if I had heard about this child tax credit that they're passing. So in the United States, I read it, it's a real thing, it's happening. The Biden administration is pushing through this child tax credit, which anyone with a child under the age of 6 will receive $300 a month starting in July per child under the age of 6, $250 a month per child between the ages of 6 and I think it was 17. I could fact check that. I want to say it was 6 and 17. So why are you going to give us what is that doing? Well, it's supposed to help child hunger, help negate child poverty. Look, you know why children are poor? Because they can't work. They're too young. They're not supposed to work. They're not supposed to have any fucking money because they're kids. It's not child poverty you need to solve. It's fucking adult poverty you need to solve. Giving us money because we have kids. What about all the people who don't have kids? They're just fucking poor. They're still poor. I ain't helping shit. It's crazy. You're not giving parents money they can only buy food with, and toiletries and clothes, right? They're gonna buy fucking AMC stock. What they're about to do. They're about to YOLO it all on AMC and GameStop. They're gonna be like, all right, well, it's $300 a month. More stocks. I don't know. It's wild. But it is one step closer to socialism. It's like They started off, all right, let's lock them up. All right, now what? All right, let's send them $1,400 or $600. What did they say? $600 first? Fuck, I remember. Send them a little bit of money, and then people were like, "Oh shit! Look, man, you could have went out and done something to make $600 damn. You don't have to give them. If $600 changed your whole fucking life, you need to do, you need to do something with your life to not be in that situation. We can all do something. Dude, I wake up every day stressed the fuck out about money. Self-employed's tough, man. Sometimes you do great, and then other times you're like, how in the fuck am I going to pay any of this shit? How the fuck am I going to make any fucking money today? That's self-employment, man. It's entrepreneurship. That's taking risks. You know, but I could go out and get another job. Sure, I got skills. I can go fucking do all kinds of shit. Absolutely. So they start off, they just give them $600. And then you can't go back to work. All right, well, let's give them unemployment. Okay. So let's give everyone unemployment. And they arguably should. They should give gig workers unemployment. 100%. This should have been a no-brainer from day one. Day one, we're shutting this shit down. There's no more fucking concerts. There's no more get-togethers. There's no more gatherings. There's no more trade shows. There's no more any of that shit. And the first thing they should have said was, all right, well, all those motherfuckers need money. So sign them up. And they didn't do that. They were like, well, we're going to give $600 more a week on unemployment to people who had jobs. Okay, well, guess what? What about people who work for themselves that were selling, hustling on Etsy and Amazon and eBay and crushing it? Nope, fuck them. It took a while before that kicked in. It took a hot minute before that kicked in. So that's fucking dumb. And then they came out, we're going to do another stimulus. Look, man, what they give? They gave out Americans, what, $2,600 or something over the course of 12 months. And some people, that's probably all they damn near had to live on. May have been their only income. It's crazy. So now you're going to look at it, all right, we'll just give you some money for your kids. Then what? Then we're going to be like, what the fuck is this? Okay, I don't give a shit, Zoom. Shit. So now they're going to give us money for having kids. Okay, what's next? And then you're going to give you money for just being alive. Then it's just me. Look, we have to have jobs. We need to have people that make shit. You don't have the people that make shit, there will be no more shit. What is that? What is that? I'm gonna find that. Fuck. I'm looking at I got a notification on my phone. It's a news notification. Man kills himself in federal courtroom after jury verdict. In Fargo, North Dakota. Slashed his own throat. Dude, how did he get a fucking weapon? Wow. Dude, that's got to be traumatizing. Let's see what it says here. Fargo, North Dakota. Federal authorities say a man on trial in Fargo slashed his own throat in courtroom and died. U.S. Marshals Dallas Carlson said the incident happened Monday afternoon after a jury returned a partial guilty verdict against the man who had faced terrorizing related charges. So the jury had left the courtroom, but the district judge, Peter Welt, courtroom staff, and others witnessed the incident. Court security officer and deputy marshal attempted life-saving measures in the courtroom. What did he slice his throat? Dude, you can't just fucking cut your damn throat, man. Like, dude, that's crazy as hell. That dude heard the verdict and fucking cut his own damn throat in the courtroom. Yikes. I saw another one here about something about taxes. About Biden Harris or something. What is that? Amazon at the altar with MGM. In the wake of a surprise $43 billion merger between Discovery and AT&T's Warner Media, rumors are raising that Amazon is poised to scoop up MGM in a deal that's reportedly worth under $10 billion. Okay, so fucking check that stock out, man. That's just going to go to space. How about that shit? That's crazy as hell, man. Dude, how did you cut your own throat in the courtroom? What did you get your hands on? I don't even know. Don't even know. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to go back to where I was at before we got seriously sidetracked with Teslas and cars and other shit. But Tony Hinchcliffe getting canceled. And the article says what's going on in Austin. Out of town transplants bring unwelcome attitudes to a thriving local comedy scene. That's not true. That's not fair. That's not fair to say. Unwelcome attitudes. Look, I watched Kill Tony on YouTube. I watched his show. People from everywhere. Comedy clubs are melting pot. Comedy clubs have always been a melting pot of people from all over the country. Comics travel. They travel relentlessly, and they do every gig that they can get. And has nothing to do with Austin. Now, there might be more open in Austin with live shows, but it's got nothing to do with that. Tony Hinchcliffe went up on stage and said something stupid. And Marshall was right. Marshall said, you can't punch down. He's right. And he did. He spoke, look, in terms of comedy, I'm always just a little bit put off by the black culture in comedy that relentlessly use that word. Like in every bit ever. Every bit and like every third word in every bit. I see it a lot in Atlanta, especially. When I would go down to open mics and I would go to urban clubs, I'd go to clubs in Midtown, I'd go to clubs up here in freaking Norcross and Duluth. And they were all different environments, and it was all different crowds of people. And I would oftentimes see the same, a lot of the same faces. And some of them jokes, it was like, dude, it was like you can speak 6 words in a row without using that word. So I feel like there's this blurry, there's a gray area in comedy, and then there's also a blurry area in comedy. And the blurry area is, we're supposed to laugh when you say jokes with racial persuasion to them. You're supposed to laugh because it's supposed to be funny, but at the same time, it's like you can't. I want to laugh at a joke that I can, tomorrow tell someone about that joke. If it was a great joke, if you're a great comedian, that joke is going to be kind of universal regardless of who says most. I mean, look, it's not going to be the same, obviously, but someone else could tell that joke. And I feel like there's a lot of comedians where there's no fucking way anyone else can say what they just said, and it'd be okay. And a lot of times they don't get laughs. I'll be honest, they don't, because it's off-putting. It's like, this is what we're here for. And that's what Tony Hinchcliffe did. I think in the moment he got caught up, and I brought this up on I think it's the first episode, maybe it was the second episode. It was the second episode, the Free as Fuck podcast, and about racism, about how we just skate over racism against Asians, racism against Mexicans or Latinos. Like, we just skate over it. In America, it's black and white. It's black versus white. It's white versus black. But we don't, in the black community, weighs heavily on slavery and heavily on segregation and heavily on this divide that we have. And then, dude, what this country did to the Chinese and other Asian descent through the building of this country is equally as bad. For sure. But never mind Native Americans. We don't even, look, you can't even get out there and talk about Native Americans, man. Jesus. But I find it kind of crazy. I was talking about it, and Marshall was like, yeah, we just act like they don't exist at all, which is also true. Unless you're damn hungry or need your fucking clothes cleaned or your nails done, no one talks about it, which isn't fair. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. The stereotypes, the Asian stereotypes that we use, they're not fair at all, man. Look, I knew plenty of Asian people growing up. Went to school with a bunch of them, and I had a lot of friends that were Asian and Korean. I mean, just all sorts of Asian descent, and none of them had any animosity toward anybody, and that's how it should be. They weren't brought up that way. Now, I would say this: they get more hate and shit from their parents, for sure. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Every country fucked over a large ethnic group of people. Look, everything anything that's ever been built that is amazing and great in the world was built off the backs of slavery. Every fucking thing. Look, we go over like, oh, the pyramids are so amazing. How did they build that? Fucking slaves built that shit. That's how they built that shit. Oh, look at this giant wall in China. Oh, yeah, well, fucking tens of thousands of people died building that wall. Fucking slaves died building that wall. Oh, look at this Colosseum. Oh, the Colosseum must have been amazing. Yeah, Rome fucking enslaved every single person they came into contact with. They were like, hey, are you Roman? And you're like, no, I live down the street. And they're like, you're fucking, yeah, we own you now. You're in the mines. Is insane. Every fucking great thing is built on the backs of slaves. And some of it we go out and we're just mesmerized. Oh wow, look at that. It's so amazing. It's fucking tourism. You gotta see it. It's on the list of things you gotta see. And there's nothing in America that is from our slave time period where you're like, you gotta go see it. It's amazing. You should have seen what they did. But everywhere else, yeah, I mean it's wild, man. It's absolutely crazy. But people do that. That it's just part of human nature in a way, and it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird that humans have to have control over other humans. They just have to have it. They've got to. I don't know. Look, there's always an alpha. The alpha wins, and it's fucked up. But that's the way it is. But I just find it interesting that in America we treat Latinos and Mexicans and honestly, most people in America just wrap up all people from South America as Mexicans. Like every one of them. That's not okay. Right? They're not all from Mexico. Latinos, they could be from Latin America, you could be from fucking Spain. You'd be like, yeah, I'm from Spain. All right, he's a Mexican. It's crazy. And we just are okay with that. We're just like, it's wild. There's no uprising. There's no movement. No one cares. And I find it interesting. And so I kind of get it. I kind of get the uprising around Hinchcliffe getting canceled. And I kind of get, that the guy was offended. And I get the shock to his offense because people say shit all the time about these different cultures and no one gives a fuck. And it's good that someone gave a fuck. Look, if you said something to him and it was legit out of line and what he said was out of line, then yeah, so like I said, I watched some other clips of people talking about it that were in the comedy scene. People that know him, know Tony personally. And I guess the consensus was that he should not have ousted him like that because the other comedian, I think his last name was Dang, could have been Pang. I'm gonna just look it up. It's right here. Dang, yeah, Pang Dang. That's the guy's name. He's a comedian. This was not the first time that he's met Tony, and he's worked with Tony several times and pulled him up on stage several times. And what they're saying is that as a professional courtesy, he should have said, hey, what you said was fucked up. And I'm offended by it, and I appreciate if you never say it again. That makes sense. I get that. I understand that. Because it's not like Tony Hinchcliffe's walking around calling people these names. and just putting down Asians everywhere he goes. He's on a comedy stage, and he thought he would be edgy and say something edgy, and there you go. So I get it. I think maybe that would have probably been the better route to go than just putting a video on the internet and saying I'm offended and fucking canceling. Because I promise you this, as far as I can tell, the Asian community has not raised up against Tony Hinchcliffe. But Karen's did. Karen's canceled the shit out of Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah, some people are racist, some people are assholes. And cancel culture does go too far. Cancel culture, it goes exceedingly too far. There's a guy on TikTok, he goes by Cancel Carl, and he just cancels all kinds of shit. It's pretty funny. It's overly exaggerated humor, but it's great. White Castle, canceled. That one's funny. Can't have White Castle no more. But the race relations here, look, I am pretty easy to get along with. I feel I'm easy to get along with. I honestly don't care who you are or where you're from. If you're a cool person and a nice person, then that's you. And I'm good with that. And if you're a dick, you're an asshole, you treat people shitty, I'm not okay with that. And that's who you are. You're an asshole. This is the two types of people that I deal with in my world. Good people, assholes. Assholes, I delete from my life. In one ear, out the other, right? Met you. Hey, that guy was a dick. That's it. Gone. Deleted. So I don't really see people as a race war. I see people as people. And I didn't grow up in a racially tensioned lifestyle. Like I had black friends, white friends, Asian friends. I mean, all kind of minorities that were friends of mine. It was fine. Like no one felt weird around it. I don't know. I was a kid. Didn't matter. And when I grew up, same way. Now, granted, friends go different directions, and I don't keep in touch with everybody. And I've had lots of friends over the years that just come and gone just because life. Not like we just had a falling out, but just life itself was just took us in different directions with family and jobs and everything else. But I look at what's happening, and I feel, and I'll be completely honest with you. Throughout COVID, I was very off put by everything that happened. By the way, white people treated black people treated white people, some people treated everybody, and I just didn't like it. And the one thing that I didn't like the most about it was, and this is what I'm telling you right now. I was dating my girlfriend at the time, and her best friend is a gay black guy, and I've met him several times. No problem with him whatsoever. Zero problem with this man. Ever. As far as I know, he is a really nice guy. I enjoyed his company. And throughout the beginning of the George Floyd epidemic and COVID and everything else, he determined that I was a racist and he could not be around me, which blew my mind. Now, he did not tell me this. We did not know that he even felt this way until, I don't know, a couple months later that he felt this way. But because what I didn't like, and I posted stuff on Facebook, and that's what did it. I shared things on Facebook, and I got into arguments with people that I knew. Well, I wouldn't say arguments. I would say I got into debates with people that I knew because I saw the divide so blindly from people. Everyone just followed a path of social justice without trial, without facts, without anything. They just followed blindly down this path. And my thought was, we don't have all the facts. And I took offense, and I don't get easily offended. I took offense to the simple, unnecessary destruction of people's lives who had nothing to do with anything at all, other than the fact that they lived in that fucking city. That bothered me. And it wasn't white people, it was black. There was a black owned sports bar in Detroit, or Minneapolis rather. This man was a firefighter, retired, and he put his life savings into this sports bar, his dream. And before he even got to open the door, they fucking looted and burned that bitch fucking up. This dude's entire life savings gone. He has nothing to do with fucking nothing. And not only that, they're interviewing this dude. The news is interviewing this motherfucker. And people are trying to steal his fucking safe out of the building while they're talking to him. And he launched a GoFundMe, or someone launched a GoFundMe for him. I donated to it, and because look, that dude didn't deserve that. He had nothing to do with nobody. And I'm like, that upsets me. When you just go and use it as, look, there's a mall probably about 45 minutes from me, Lenox Mall. And Lenox used to be the place that was high-end stores, you know, the Gucci, the Prada, the expensive shit, Rolexes. Like, that's where the higher-end people would go shopping. It's where they went and spend money. And throughout that whole shit, dude, you would see people, they're putting out messages in fucking Reddit threads and chats and Facebook groups talking about they're going to meet up and go loot the shit out of this mall. Which is crazy. Mall has nothing to do with nobody. Nobody in there has anything to do with anything that's happening. It was just an excuse for a group of assholes to go loot a fucking place. Look, they're robbing Targets. They canceled Target. They tried to cancel fucking Target. You all remember that? You remember they fucking tried to cancel Target? People went in there, just looted the shit out of Targets. Walking out with TVs and fucking clothes and shoes and fuck whatever. They didn't give a shit. They were just stealing it. And that upset me. That bothered me. Hear what I said? I said this. A cop did something fucked up. And some other cops watched him do something fucked up. The problem is with them. Your problem is with those cops. Specifically. If you want to march your happy ass down to the fucking police station and light it on fire, go for it. If you want to walk over to the fucking Walmart and Target and Dollar Tree and loot it and then tell the cops they're bad, I have a problem with that. I don't understand that at all. Don't get it. You know, we had a man here in Atlanta, the guy that was shot and killed in the parking lot of a Wendy's through a traffic incident. I mean, he was drunk, whatever. You know, the whole thing was a shit show. And the response was, we're gonna go burn down the fucking Wendy's. They burned the Wendy's to the ground. Wendy's had nothing to do with that. Wendy's was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and it just happened to be where Wendy's was fucking built. This guy drove to Wendy's, fucking drunk. The police got into a altercation with this man. He acted the way he acted. They reacted the way they reacted, and Wendy's burned to the fucking ground because of it. It's crazy. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. And to segue off of that is I don't understand why the black community segregates themselves in 2021 and It's okay. I'm all for everyone being successful, everyone being happy, everyone contributing to their lives, being proud of their heritage, being proud of where they've come from, their ancestors, their mom, their dad, their grandparents, all that shit. I literally walked by a guy at the lake. They were getting off a houseboat. They rented a houseboat, had a big birthday party or some shit, as far as I know. It's a bunch of people, tour bus, bunch of food. The guy's shirt, he's a black guy. The guy's shirt just said "Buy Black" on it. And I walked by it and I was just like, look, I don't know you. I don't need to know you. It's delete you from my brain most of the time. Couldn't tell you a thing about any fucking person other than that dude. That's the only guy I remember out of all the 50 motherfuckers I walked by, or 500 motherfuckers I walked by even before I got to that dude. And I think to myself, what if that shirt said "Buy White"? That's not okay. But "Buy Black" is okay. Buy Asian. Buy Mexican. Buy Latina. Buy Korean. Buy whatever. Like, how about just buy my shit? Why should I buy it because you're black? You could still have some shitty ass product, some shitty ass business. It's nothing to do with the color of your skin. How about just buy my shit? I don't get it. I don't understand that. I don't understand all black churches. I don't understand all black stuff. I don't get it. Because to me, I did not grow up in a time when America was segregated. I was born after that. Thank God. I would have not liked to live during that time. I think it would have been a fucking real shitty time to be alive and go through all that. I gotta adjust my mic. I keep moving it and it's gonna be fucked up. But I feel like there's a part of American society that wants to still kind of be there, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. And for that reason, people tell me that apparently I'm just a dick. So I don't understand. Right? Black owned business, and they still get their windows smashed and store leads, right? Look, man, USA is fucked up. America is a highly divided country, and the people divided themselves. They divide themselves up. It's very true. And I don't understand why. Like, I try to understand it, and I don't understand it. I try to wrap my head around it, and I can't figure it out. I can't. Like I said, if that shirt said "Buy White," dude, you'd be on fucking CNN right now, getting drugged behind a damn truck. It's not okay. I don't think it should be okay. I think the only way it's okay is if it's okay for everybody. If you wanna promote a racially what's the way I'm trying to think of this? If you want to be like 100% racially motivated business, I guess you could say, I don't know. It has to be across the board. Otherwise, it's racist. That's the definition of racist. So, racism is so crazy. Kind of like that with Aboriginals over there. I don't know a whole lot about Australia and like the history of the Australian culture as far as the people. Like, well, I get that. I mean, the Aboriginals are like the indigenous culture of Australia, and then somehow you fucking Johnsons got there. Somehow Johnson showed up, and now you're there. And in order for you to be there, someone had to get fucked over because they didn't just welcome you in the damn door. What's up, kid?
What's up, kid?
My son's coming in here showing me his design for a t-shirt for a project I did.
Yep.
Let me see it.
It's kind of messy. I need to fix it up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add labels and stuff.
You want to put it on a t-shirt?
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. You gonna go to sleep anytime soon?
Yeah, that's what I was coming out here to do.
All right, yeah. I'm just out here chatting away with YouTube.
Fun. What's chat about?
Right now we were talking about racial divide in America. That's what we got on subject though.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put this into Photoshop, put it in Google Drive, and go
Okay.
to bed.
All right. Well, your brother said he wanted eggs for breakfast, so if you wake up to make eggs, just wake his dumb ass up and make some eggs. Because I am not getting up making eggs. It's crazy. Boy, crazy as hell.
Who doesn't like eggs? Who
He
doesn't
does like eggs. He ate all his eggs for dinner tonight. Scarf him down. He ate all of it. Man. I wish I was like Aboriginal.
Alright. Good night.
Night, kiddo. Yeah, programs and pathways. Yeah, so that is the thing, right? So we do have like a bunch of programs and a bunch of grants and just to make you feel better about it. But really, and they try to say that everyone that you don't start off with the same advantage. That some people have some people have an advantage in life. Some people are born with an advantage. And it's nothing to do with the color of their skin or their nationality. It has everything to do with how the people who gave birth to them kids, how they built up their life. Like your parents brought you in here. Look, some people's parents are freaking Bill Gates and Jay-Z and fucking Prince Harry. Some people's parents don't have really shit to worry about. Some people's parents have done enough in their fucking life that when they have a child, they have more privilege than any fucking buddy else that could ever be born around them. And some people's parents didn't do shit with their life and struggled and passed on that shit to their kid. And now their kid struggles and has a hard life and can't get out of the shitty low income side of town and can't get their head wrapped around an education because they're stressed out about shit going on at home. It's got nothing to do with your nationality or where you're from. It's everything to do with who raised your ass and who raised them. And if you want to make a change, just make a change. Just decide to be better parents to your damn kids. It is about income and socioeconomic status. You're right. There was a guest on Rogan a week ago, and he was talking about he went and stayed with some people. I do not remember. I want to say it was an African country. I couldn't tell you which one. A lot of countries in Africa. But he stayed with his family, and he was talking about how they were going to marry off their daughter. She was going to, there's like an arranged marriage kind of deal. And how he went and talked to another family and had dinner with another family that was of a lower class than them, whatever their class was. And they kind of ridiculed him for doing it. And then it ended up causing this turmoil between them. And he said he didn't understand the class system, like how they could still have classes. But in a way, we all still have classes. And it does. It has nothing to do with gender or race. It has everything to do with choices. Choices we make. Some people are surrounded by better choices. Some people are surrounded by crime. And you could say, oh, well, we couldn't get out of the hood. We couldn't afford to leave. Look, you can just pack your stuff and leave. And you know what? Maybe some people think it's better to be poor in the hood than poor somewhere else. In a different place where people don't hate you as much. I don't know. Really? They're all looking for minorities. Damn. Yeah, that's frustrating too, man. Like they got to be ethnically diverse. Look, and I argued that with our election here, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna pick all these diversified people. We're gonna have the first black woman vice president." All right, well, I mean, if that's the best person for the job, then fine. But if we're picking this person because she's black and she's a woman and she's available to be vice president, it's exactly the right answer we're looking for. But it sounds good. Look, the freaking Secretary of Health is a woman who used to be a dude who looks clearly like, honestly, I would say Sam Kinison looks in better health when he died than this fucking Secretary of Health looks. It's crazy. But you have the first transgender Secretary of Health. Don't give a fuck about your fucking sexual preference. I don't care. Are you good at this job? Go do that fucking job. Do you want to do the job? Let's start with that. Do you want to do it? Are you good at it? Go do that shit. And we're proud of it. We're like, oh my God. Oh my God. That's a powerful role. Shouldn't matter. None of that shit should matter. At all. In the least bit. There's a TikTok bit that I pulled up. These two guys have shirts on that say equality on it, talking about women equality. And he's like, like, oh yeah, you know, you should be 50% of coal miners should be women. Should have to be at least 50% should be women. Mining coal. Working in the mines. You know, they should be putting together furniture from IKEA. And all this, I mean, it was just fun. It was like all the male stereotypical shit that dudes have to do. And they were like, we're all for equality. Yeah. Forced diversity is not good. But we also have you say let it happen naturally. And what we're having right now is naturally people are dividing themselves amongst people that of like skin and race. Dude, the Secretary of Health, dude, that person. I'm gonna pull a picture. I'm just gonna pull up a picture of this motherfucker. I'm sure someone's gonna watch this, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe fucking 2 years from now, and they're gonna forget that this person even exists. Right? They're not even gonna know who the fuck Rachel Levine is. But we're gonna remind them that this is the person in charge of our health as a country. And maybe that's what we should be doing. And like I said, I don't care. Do not care in the least bit that you are transgender. I do not care in the least bit if you are white, black, gray, green, purple, blue. I do not care. But I will say this. If you are going to tell me or my kids or anybody else in this fucking country how to be healthy, you cannot look like this. You can't. Nothing about this person screams fucking healthy. Okay? 0% of these photos do I think this person should be telling me how the fuck to live my fucking life via health. 0 fucking percent of these fucking photos. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, this is not someone I would classify as a healthy individual. Oh God. This is crazy, man. Ah. Dude. Ah. It's so ridiculous. Dude, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring this up on Thursday. I think that's the next time I'm gonna see Marshall. But because I bookmarked it and I was doing the live stream with stocks and I was just kind of looking for prep stuff. But I bookmarked this. Overwork killed more than 745,000 people in a year. World Health Organization study finds. Fucking crazy. People working 55 or more hours each week face an estimated 35% higher risk of a stroke, 17% higher risk of dying from heart disease. Nah, man. Look, in America, people are acting like transgenders are everywhere. It's a very, I don't know what it's like there, but here is a very, very, very touchy subject. And Joe Rogan's been blasted for his guests on there, for his comments about people in the transgender community. I mean, when you're telling kids, when you're telling children to take testosterone or estrogen as a child, I mean, I don't even know. Dude, my kid doesn't know what the fuck he wants to wear when he wakes up, or he couldn't tell you the fucking thing about life. Don't tell me he wants to be a woman. I can't wrap my head around that. 2,000 people. Not one person was trans. Yeah, but maybe they were. They just didn't want to come out and say it. That's what they're saying. Oh, they're scared. They don't want to come out and say it. They wait 65 years. They go to the Olympics. They win gold medals. They have kids, family. They get a reality TV show. They make millions of dollars around their crazy ass fucking family. And then they murder somebody in their SUV and then they become a woman. Sounds somewhat familiar. It does seem far-fetched. I know. When I break it down real fast, you're like, oh, that seems like the craziest story. And I forget that that woman also runs for governor of California. That's crazy as fuck. Like, that's your resume. I'm going to just summarize Caitlyn Jenner's resume. Grew up, moved across the country to be the best athlete that they could be. And they did an amazing job at fucking running. They were really fast. Went to the Olympics, won gold medals, was on a fucking Wheaties box, got married, had kids, got married again, had crazier kids, got a reality show, crazy kids, made him fucking famous, drove him crazy, got in the car, killed somebody, turned into a woman, ran for governor. And woman of the year also. As a woman, I would be fucking furious. I don't know, man. We're going to have, in like the next 15, 20 years, we're going to have some people that are just fucking crazy. We don't know the side effects of anything they put in their body. There's a new thing every fucking 10 minutes someone's putting in their body. A new pill, a new shot, a new fucking drink, a new fucking something. We don't know what's coming. So yeah, that's that. Vote Caitlyn Jenner to the fuck out of California. I vote for you to leave the state of California. That's okay with you. You spent a lot of money so that I would remember to tell you, please leave. You're destroying everything I know about America. Fix my mic. Oh, hell. This is the stuff I think about, man. This is the crazy stuff I think about. I'm not that old. I mean, I don't feel that old. I'm 38. So you're in your 20s, Luke. I'm 38. And I don't feel 38. I've worked my whole fucking life away. And I still have a good attitude, man. I have a good attitude like 95% of the time. Let me tell you, I understand why people get mad. I don't. Getting mad never solves my problem, right? And I get that people have tempers. I know it doesn't, I know it does not solve the problem. Anytime I've ever gotten mad at something, it's only made things worse. Let me tell you a fun story of what I did on Saturday. Saturday, I was working. I was at work. I was putting t-shirts. I went to Jacob's Jiu-Jitsu tournament, and I didn't get it. I was waiting around. I said, dude, I got stuff to do. It was taking forever. I said I'll come back. So I went print some shirts. He ended up. I didn't get to see him in the tournament, but he ended up jacking his hand up, and I guess he won one of the gi competition for his class. So go Jacob. But did that, went back to work, took the dog for a walk, went over, and I wanted to talk with Megan about some stuff, and decided I was going to go to the lake, take the boat on the lake. Now, I had de-winterized my boat. I had 2 boats. Sold one of them. Still have another one. De-winterized it, and I remember filling them up with gas. I'm pretty sure it was ready to go. We put a battery in it. I'm ready to go on the lake. And so we hooked the boat up, kind of like last minute, take it up there, put it in the water, and, cruising around the marina over toward the place we were headed. And we get about maybe like a half mile away, and it starts sputtering, like it wants to stall out. Now, it's not carbureted. It's fuel injected boat, fuel injected Volvo in it. So I knew it was, mouse pie. I thought, man, shit, maybe I didn't put gas in this boat. Maybe I'm low on gas. That's very possible. And remember, so she starts to freak out. She's like, oh my God, we're about to be stuck in the lake. I'm like, no, we just get some gas. And a gas shortage. There's a shortage of gas everywhere. I fucking think I'm out of gas. So I said, it's fine, man. I just put it like, we'll just barely give it some gas, and we'll just, kind of idle over there. We didn't have that far to go. It took us an extra 10 minutes to get there. Whatever. We get there, there's no gas. The gas station, there was a boat fire there the week before, so the gas station wasn't open where I was at the marina, where I was at. So, fuck. So I'm thinking might be fucking stuck here. I want to get towed back over to the damn boat ramp. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to be resourceful. I'm going to get some fucking gas. That's what I'm going to do. So I asked the people that were working there, I'm like, hey, you know where I might be able to get a gas can with a couple gallons of gas? And they were like, nah. I was like, okay, that sucks. So then I walk over, and they have this jet ski rental. It's like you could get on. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it hooks up to a jet ski, and it shoots water, and you stand on it like fucking the Green Goblin, right? And they strap you to it, you put a helmet on, and you fucking Green Goblin around in the air, 20 feet up. So I walk over there, and I'm like, dude, they fucking jet skis gotta have gas somewhere. They do this all day. And I see 2 gas cans, and I'm like, oh, it's like, hey, bro, I don't suppose those gas cans have any fucking gas in them. And he was like, no, we just use up all the gas. And I was like, well, if I was you, where would I get gas to put in those gas cans? And he was like, we would get it from the harbor marina. I was like, where is that? And he was like, oh, it's on the other side of the park. I'm like, okay. She was like, I'll give you this map. So it was on the other side of the park, man. Like, I had to walk about 1.5 miles to get to the fucking harbor marina. So I walk over there, and, I get there. They like rent boats and stuff. It's on the lake. But it's on the other side of the island. So it was faster to walk than anything else. Like, if I was going to drive the boat there, it's going to take me a fucking minute to get there. And I didn't think I had any gas. So I walk over and I tell this woman I was working there, I was like, hey, she goes, hey, can I do for you? I said, look, I don't suppose you have a gas can I could buy. And she's like, no, I don't have a gas can. And I was like, I need like 4 gallons of gas. My boat's over here at Margaritaville, and I don't think I have enough gas to get back to where I came from. She goes, all right, let me make a call. So she calls a couple people, and she goes, all right, one of these houseboats is going to have a gas can, and we can just fill it up. You can take it over there. Cool. So we walk around, we go to this boat, get a gas can, a 5-gallon can, pump it up with ridiculously overpriced fuel, because it's obviously a fucking lake. And I carry this fucking 5 gallons of gas, 1.5 miles back to where my boat was. Figured fucking some way to pour most of it into the boat because the filler's on the side and the thing didn't have a back handle, so I was trying to flip it. Dude, it was fucking headache. No spill gas can. You know, these little kids came over. They're like, "You need some help? Help me hold the boat." So I put some gas in it. Then I had to walk 1.5 miles to take the dude his gas can back. Turn around and walk 1.5 miles back to where the fucking boat was. So I missed all the time just chilling out on the beach and then kind of enjoying the Saturday afternoon. I walked. I fucking walked a lot. And that walk carrying that full ass gas can, man, that was rough as shit. Sucked so hard. And cranked up the boat and we made it back and loaded it up and it was fine. So I was like, cool. So Sunday, it was nice. It was like freaking 70 something and sunny. And I was like, man, I just want to take the dogs out and just go on a boat, just go to a beach and let the dog run around the beach. So he was like, all right, let's go. So I'm going to go get the boat and I'm going to pressure wash it and I'll put gas in it and we'll go. So I take the boat over to the gas station that has gas. There's one of them around here. I go to fill it up and it takes about 2 gallons of gas and it's full. Full as a motherfucker. So the boat had plenty of damn gas in it the whole fucking time. I just hadn't drove that bitch in 5 months and it was just unhappy and I just needed to get out there and blow some fucking gas through that son of a bitch. So the moral of the story is getting mad never solved my problem. I just said, well, that sucks. I walked it out. I went and got it and it was fine. Some people can't do that, man. Some people get all fucking butthurt. But she was getting real tense. She gets mad. I'm like, I ain't gonna solve nothing. Look, what are you mad about? You're still on the lake. You just want to go sit out and tan anyway. So what's the difference? What's the fucking difference? You know? Whether we're moving or not. But it was still nice. I still enjoyed the lake. I still got to be in the water. It was like a mini vacation. And then I came home, went fucking Mondays, and fuck Mondays. And my trim wouldn't go up when I was leaving the lake Sunday. Trim motor, it's low on, I guess it's low on fucking hydraulic fluid. So she's like, it won't go out. I was like, it's fine. We'll just tow it. It's okay. It won't touch the ground. It's fine. Look, man, you get mad at it. You can go there and fucking throw shit at it and bang on it. Doesn't care. Just be nice. Just enjoy life. There's worse things that could happen. Far worse things. Dude, I've been towed off that lake several times. It's fine. Just wave someone down. People on the lake are nice. They're enjoyable. Everyone's there to help you because, you know what? At one point or another, they're also going to need a tow. So, oh man, there's been more talks about $1,400 stimulus. They're just going to keep sending us money. Send money, stay home. Send money, stay home. Grow jobs, need more jobs, more workers, stay home. Here's money, go back to work, stay home. Oh man. Well, I think I should probably wrap it up about 10:30 here. I should probably calm down. I got to cut up the podcast a little bit. I told myself I was going to do that and post clips on YouTube. Oh, it's been a long day. I didn't get much sleep, man. Little doggo over here just would not fucking go to sleep. Oh, that's what the article I was looking for. Biden releases his tax form showing that he and his wife, Jill Biden, earned just over $600,000 in 2020. Show of hands for anyone. Show of hands. Like this. Up. Up in the air. For anyone who fucking believes that bullshit. Just find me one person. One fucking person that believes combined Joe and Jill Biden earned just over $600,000 last year. And in case you're just listening to this, The hand count is fucking zero. 0 people believe that shit. 0 fucking people. Look at this. There's so many things. You just read it. It's crazy. 1 hour ago, CNBC. When it comes to UFOs, the U.S. has a massive intelligence failure on our hands, says formal defense official. Yeah, you're right. We do have a massive intelligence failure. It's just people. We hired the wrong people. UFOs are very real. 60 Minutes reports. They're still unidentified, and they aren't American. What does that mean? Why would you think they're American? The UFOs, they're American. Okay. All right. They're fucking made in China. Where they're from? Chinese made them. Or if you ask Marshall, probably Russian. Aren't we coming up on that? We're coming up real close on the time frame that the U.S. had to declassify a whole fuckload of UFO documents. That was part of the COVID relief bill, if I'm not mistaken. They're supposed to declassify a fuck ton of documents in relation to UFOs. It was like 180 days. And so we're coming up on that. It's about to be UFO 30 up in here. Look at this asshole. Governor Cuomo laughs, jokes when asked about sex with subordinates. Because he doesn't give a shit. Wow. Ugh. Unreal. What'd Jacob say here? So Jacob was really rooting for Mike Chandler on Saturday. And, like I said, he messed his hand up. He broke a finger or something at jiu-jitsu, his tournament. And so I sent him a message, and I said, I was just wondering how bad that hand of yours was. And then I remembered, your boy got murked on Saturday. I'm just going to constantly remind him that Mike Chandler got knocked out. That's going to be great. Ousted Space Force officer says he's been misportrayed, received thousands of notes from troops. Oh, man. Ugh, get tired, folks. Oh, shit. Dude. It's like, first of all, I have not refreshed this feed, this news feed. I'm just scrolling slowly down it. It's almost like it's just adapting to the time and my, I don't know, willingness to read it. South Carolina governor signs bill adding firing squad as an option for executions. Listen, South Carolina, whoever you are, the governor of South Carolina, I cannot emphasize this enough. Look, I cannot emphasize this enough. It's simply a bad idea to start taking criminals outside and shooting them to death. You can't do it. Look, I understand that you might think it's okay because you turn on the news every couple weeks and we seem to just keep doing it. But it's not okay. All right? You can't just sign a bill, make it okay. This is the wrong climate for that. That was some shit they did a long time ago. They're not doing it anymore. Right now we have to have, look, I bet they have to have a fucking COVID vaccine before they get a lethal injection. I would almost bet my life on it that before someone was to get a lethal injection in 2021, that motherfucker would have to have 2 J&J shots, test negative for COVID, and then we can kill your ass. But I promise you, all of that is way, way, way less ramifications than taking them outside and shooting the motherfucker. I promise you. It's like some parts of the world just, they just evolve and they adapt to the times and the climate. And then other places are just like, nah. You know what seems like a good idea? I think we should just shoot the motherfuckers. Wow. It says death row inmates to elect execution by electric chair or firing squad if lethal injection drugs are not available. Second to that, how would they not be available? How are we out of lethal? We're not lethally injecting that many fucking. I feel like they could have made all the lethal injection drugs they would ever need in like 3 months, 30 fucking years ago. We're not lethal injecting that many fucking people. We're just not. They sit on death row for 40 years. And then it's your turn, and you're like, all right, it's my turn. On Thursday, I'm going down. This is it. I'm gonna go night-night for the last time. And they're like, by the way, John, we don't have any of the lethal injection drugs. So we've got 2 choices here on the list. We've got electric chair. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, we haven't used it in a while. So we'll figure it out. And we also have firing squad. So I'm gonna need you to, probably just check a box before I come back. If you're okay with that. And if not, one of us is gonna have to check it, I guess. Like, in what world do they not have lethal injection drugs? Bro, Michael Jackson was lethally injected with fentanyl. Went to sleep, didn't wake up. Sounds the same. Maybe it's not the same. Sounds the same. People get injected with heroin, don't wake up. Sounds the same. Maybe it's not the same. I don't know. Not a doctor. All I know is, I think you could find something to fucking put in that needle and kill a motherfucker a lot more efficiently than a firing squad. Not to mention, who's on the squad? Who's firing the shots? I'll promise you this. Whoever signs up for that job don't need to fucking have any kind of guns. They don't need any guns. They need access to 0 guns. If they're sitting around like, hey, I heard you were out of lethal injection meds. So I normally take Thursdays off. It's my day off. But I'll come in. Heard you need a hand. I'll come in. I'll be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we doing? It's 2021. It's 2021. And you put lethal injection back on the ballot. And then you were like, okay, if that don't work, what do we do? I fucking shoot them. Not just one. Look, you can kill a motherfucker with 1 bullet. Very easily. Very efficiently. You do not need a squad of fucking bullets. You don't. You don't need a squad of them at all. At the other end of that bullet is a person who fucking pulled the trigger and launched that bullet at another person. That person should not be okay with that fucking job. I get it. If you're a military guy and you're talking about war, or that's different. I get it. If you're a self-defense person a bunch of guns in your house, someone breaks in your house, and you shoot and kill them. I understand all of these other scenarios in which you may encounter a situation where you have to shoot another person and that person dies. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a situation in which it is your job to willfully kill someone who has no immediate threat on your person at all. That's just your job. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Luke, I'll bet they have plenty of drugs that put fucking dogs and cats and shit to sleep every fucking day. They just go to sleep. They don't wake up. Just fucking double it up. This is crazy. It's crazy shit, man. It's just crazy. I was hoping there was going to be something funny to end this with. But that's just crazy as hell, man. I'm gonna ask Marcy about it, because he's gonna have an opinion about that. That'll be on the Free as Fuck podcast. We'll talk about it. I will not forget that shit. No way. Like California. Oh, New Jersey had some wildfires. Calm down, New Jersey. Trying to be like California. Every year, California burns to the ground. Every year, somehow there's more trees to burn. I don't understand that. But I guess that's going to be it, man. That's pretty cool. Well, what about a little bit of justice? How about a little bit of justice? What about someone who avoided both the lethal injection and a fucking firing squad? Brothers wrongfully convicted of murder awarded $75 million after each serving 31 years in prison. Dude, could not even imagine spending 31 years of your life in prison of something you did not do. Could you imagine getting out of jail after 31 years? You don't even know what that would be like. You're coming to a whole new damn world, man. Can't fit in this world. 31 years? Shit. That's crazy. What did they get here? They got $1 million per year. $1 million for every year spent in prison. Bro. Some people feel like they're in prison every day. And they out. They ain't getting $1 million. Then they got $13 million in punitive damages. Man. I'd be curious to know. I'd be curious. Yeah, it is lagging a little bit. I'd be curious to know what they're doing in their life in like 5 years. 5 years from the time they get out. You gave these two men a combined total of $84 million after 31 years in prison. I'd be curious to know what they're doing 5 years from now. All right, man. It's almost 11 over here, so I'm gonna wrap it up, and maybe I'll cut up the Free as Fuck podcast a little bit, or maybe I'll just try to go to bed and wake up early and do that. I'm tired, man. I've been up since like 6:30. I'm tired. So we'll catch you later, man. You be good out there. Hopefully tomorrow we wake up with tendies in our pocket. AMC shut the night down at 15:50. Upstart didn't do me any good on my puts. I think Lucid's got some riot puts. He might be all right. We'll see what happens, man. Other than that, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll live stream it tomorrow at work. I know it's not super exciting, but fuck, I'm there. Come say what's up. I work by myself, so I do appreciate anyone who pops in. And other than that, we'll be back tomorrow night. for another episode with some more crazy shit to talk about. Until then, I'll catch y'all later, man.